What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Tacky Eeyore here, and in this video we're going to be talking about one of my up-and-coming favorite tanks. So make sure to grab a hammer and your sickle and maybe a little vodka too if you're of age, comrade, because in this video we are going to be talking about the T-34-57, the Exterminator. Tacky Eeyore is not a historian and knows half the things in which he thinks he knows that he doesn't. He's just a dude that likes to read up on tanks that he uses in a game called War Thunder. The information contained in this video should not be assumed to be 100% accurate, as some of it is highly inflated with his own personal opinion. The T-34 was the primary tank for the Russian army, and they wanted to create a variant of the T-34 to make it a tank destroyer, and this actually started in 1940, early 1940. Now, the main reason that they were looking at doing this is because they got wind that Germany was creating a super tank, and they wanted to find a way to counteract this capability. Now, the first thing the Russians needed to do was create a new anti-tank gun, and they wanted to put it up against its own KV-1. That was their heavy main battle tank anyway, and it had some pretty damn good armor. So they decided that this new gun had to at least be able to penetrate 40 to 75 millimeters of armor. So the scientists went to work and started to analyze. They decided to go with a 57 millimeter high velocity round that was capable of penetrating at least 90 millimeters of rolled homogeneous armor. Hence, the ZIS-2 was born, and production began on June 1st, 1941. After the ZIS-2 anti-tank gun was created, they needed to modify it in order to fit it inside the T-34, and then it gained the name ZIS-4. Once inside of the T-34, this is when the T-34-57 was born, and production for this tank began in July 1941. Okay, I know what you're thinking, July 1941. Didn't something literally happen a month before that date? And you would be absolutely correct. In June 22nd, 1941, Operation Barbarossa kicked off. And if you don't know what that is when Germany decided to invade Russia. So, how did the ZIS-2 anti-tank gun perform? It performed exactly how it was supposed to. There was one issue though. Germany did not have the super tank. So what happened exactly? I'll tell you what happened. This anti-tank gun was doing through and throughs on tanks. Now what do I mean by a through and through? Well, they would fire a round, it would go through the front, through the chassis, and right out the back. Although terrifying as that may sound, that is not what you want to happen for an anti-tank gun. You want the round to go in and explode. So it didn't have its desired effect. But the other issue, if you remember, I said that the 57 millimeter round was a new round to Russia. They didn't have a stockpile of rounds. And when you're being invaded, you may want to have a lot of rounds. So the ZIS-2 was eventually scratched for the ZIS-3, which was a 76.2 millimeter round, the same round that was used for the T-34s. Now, what does this mean for our T-34-57? Well, it means the same thing. That program would also get scratched, but not before 10 of them were made. The 10 T-34-57s were given to the 21st Tank Brigade and would take part in the Battle of Moscow. The 21st Tank Brigade would lead the first counterattack assault against the city of Kalinin, unsupported and against a larger force than originally anticipated. They were successful in pushing up to the city, but failed to achieve their primary objective, which was capturing the city. The brigade suffered heavy losses, to include the destruction of all 10 T-34-57s. The most famous T-34-57 from this group was called White 20 and was commanded by the second group leader, Major Mikhail Lukin. In late 1942, the Russians would be on the battlefield and be presented with 2 new German tanks. Whoa. Germany decided to roll out their Tiger 1s and Panthers and entered the fray of the conflict. Now, the Russians really didn't have anything to combat this. The ZIS-3 wasn't as effective as they wanted it to be. And you can only imagine that the person who created the ZIS-2 was saying, here it is, the German super tank. And sure enough, the ZIS-2 came back into production in June 1943. Along with the ZIS-2 coming back into production, they said, why don't we revisit the T-34-57? It's a tank destroyer after all. Tank developments would continue, and eventually the Russians would scrap the T-34-57 once again in favor of the T-34-85. In War Thunder, there are 2 T-34-57s at the 4.7 battle rating for ground realistic battle. The Tech Tree T-34-57 is the original design that was developed. The other T-34-57 is a premium and was the revisited model in 1943. The difference between the two consists of the turret's armor, since the 1943 T-34-57 utilized the newer and improved T-34 design. This premium also carries an additional round, which is an armor-piercing composite rigid shell. If you like this type of video in which I talk about the history of the tank and its development, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know which tank you would like to see next. Now, this wouldn't be a War Thunder video unless we had some gameplay, and that's exactly what we're going to get into. Put this T-34-57 in your lineup, and I guarantee you, you are going to have a blast. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you play War Thunder, who knows? I might just see you out there. On ping. Got a Puma climbing. Mopping them up. I didn't get that Puma.
I have no visual. I'm just climbing up the hill to see if we can get a good spot on them.
Roger. Got one right here. Got one up top too. Need to rotate. Got him. The Revenges! Got him. No, 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 no. I'll take that though. Got him. Are you kidding me? That hit that? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Got him. Got him. Got him. Time to start moving. Got him. Damn it. Oh boy. I was about to say, I don't even know what type of tank that is. I need to get down this hill. Ah, I can't. This is where we hold them. Right there. Nice, Johnny. I'm pushing towards Alpha. We're clapping. Hell yeah, boys. That's how it's done. If you like that video, go ahead, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to. And if you like this sort of video, let me know which tank you want to see next. And if you like this one, you might just like this other one over here, in which I talk about the difference in a Tiger 2P and H. Very educational, and I'm actually learning a lot doing these videos. But that's it for me, and if you play War Thunder, who knows? I might just see you out there.